What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I know I haven't posted in a little bit. Just been busy with Christmas, New Year's, all that. It is currently like 12:40 in the morning on December, or not December. We're in January now. It's like the third or fourth, maybe. First week of 2026. So happy New Year, everybody. I've done some modifications tonight on the old Danger Ranger. So we'll start up front. Let me walk up here. So got the winch and everything. As you can see right there, there's little blinky lights. And let me grab my remote. And so, I have a Blazer International little box, like a wire box for like lights and shit, so you don't have to run them all the way in the cab, put them to switches, drill into your dash, whatever. So if I push, I think it's, yeah, that. I have those on the front. And then I also have side lights on both sides, ditch lights. So when the hood's down, I can shine off to the side and see what I'm recovering. I still have more to put on the rear. And for now, I have them on the back, with the blinky lights on the back. And with one of the bigger fuses, I could put it there. I'm not going to show you guys what's on the back just yet. You might have seen it, you might not have. But I've got the big fuse hooked up to the fan. Because if I hook it up to anything in the fuse box using a fuse tap, it is running nonstop, truck on, truck off, whatever. But my latest add-on to this truck, I'm always a big diesel guy, like putting bed stacks and stuff. And since I don't have a bed on this is the perfect time to install a bed stack because I can build a bed around it. So I've got I think it's 2 1/4 inch, or no, 2 3/4 inch piping from a Honda Civic with a big, I'd say exhaust tip, and I can add the sound in the video here in a minute of the first startup after I put this stack on. And let me tell you, this thing sounds amazing. And I don't think I've done anything else to this truck other than that. Oh, I added my blinky light. If you guys go and check out my girlfriend's dad's channel, if I can figure out how to add up here, or it'd be reversed. No, yeah, it'd be up here. One of those two spots. He might have posted a video of him recovering my S10 after I hit black ice going to pick up a buddy of mine. And he really hurt my ego on that, with me building a tow truck and not being able to tow my S10 out of where it was at. And I'm a big Ford guy, but all the other parts trucks, or not really parts trucks, all the other reliable trucks that I've bought over the last 3 months have all went to crap. I mean legit crap. I don't know how many other modifications I've done to this, because I've just been throwing stuff on and throwing stuff on. I found my selfie stick. So here's another look at that box. It's got 2 sets of channels. It's got 4 channels for green and 4 channels for blue, which is color coded with a 1.5 amp, 3.5 amp, a 5 amp, and a 20 amp. And every one of those controls a different thing. But for right now, I'm only using 2 of the green and 1 of the blue. The blue is for my ditch lights. And the 5 amp is for my ditch lights on the blue. The 20 amp is for my fan on the green. And the 1.5 is for the blinky lights, my recovery lights. And I've done quite a bit of welding for that exhaust. I don't know if you guys can see, but on my arm I've put a hole in my jacket. This is just an old jacket. I'm not too worried about it. It is heated, straight from Milwaukee, which I'm not sponsored by them or anything. I'm doing this by myself for my own benefit, my own benefit. And I just like to do this stuff and show you guys, bring you guys along the way of how I do this with a minimum paid job and just time. I'm not like one of these bigger guys that's got all this money to just take this thing to a shop and get it built the way they want it and they can just sit on the couch and relax. No, I'm doing this all myself. I don't care what other people think about what I do, because this is what I enjoy, is building this stuff the way that I feel that they need to be built. And the Camaro that you guys were talking about, or that I was talking about a couple videos ago, is still in here. It's getting the exhaust fixed, it's getting a tune-up, oil change, and the horn doesn't work, so I gotta mess around with that when I get time. But that's about all I can say on that Camaro up there. So back to this. I got a Pinot hitch on there. This thing is not big enough to haul or to pull anything that has a Pinot hitch, but it's a nice hitch, and it's a flat plate. So if I wanted to, I could possibly weld another attachment to that, like a rear snowplow or a rear drag or wheel lift. Just thought about that. I could install a wheel lift on that, make it pivot, and use the boom to lift it up and down. I don't know if you guys can tell, but it is a tad bit dusty in here. I've been welding for the past 2.5 hours on just that exhaust because it was being a pain. It kept wanting to fall over while I was trying to weld the pipes together, so it wasn't wanting to weld together. And I don't know if I said this before, but I welded that, or these were the brackets, the hangers that were up here. I just cut those off and I put them down here and welded the crap out of them. My welds are not the best. And then under here, welded that right there. And then over here, I put a 2-to-1. So it's 2 pipes into 1 pipe. And I just put an elbow and welded the crap out of it. And then that elbow, I had to bend back out and re-weld it so the pipe would be straight. And this pipe is nowhere near straight. It's kind of hanging off the back a little bit, but that's what I want, because I don't want it being up here next to the window and busting out my window, because I'm not buying another back glass. Because if I have to buy a back glass for this one, I'm just gonna put a steel plate across there and cut out a hole for me to see out the rear view mirror. that is about it. No, I'll create the whole thing, steel piece, and I'll just put a backup camera in my third brake light. So if I need to back up, if I need to see behind me, I can look outside views or buy one of those rear view mirrors with the camera in it so I can see who's behind me. Or if I'm backing into a spot. What else have I done? Oh, I got these. These were my girlfriend's dad's. They came off his Ranger, or they're one of the several sets he's got. They are Nitto mud grapplers on 17-inch Ranger wheels or Jeep wheels. I don't think Rangers make anything over a 16, so I'm assuming these are Jeep wheels, aftermarket Jeep wheels. They're about, the back two are about half tread, the front two are about a quarter tread, which I thank him for letting me use these because the tires I had on my truck were half bald, they were cracked, dry rotted, they were like 50 some years old, and they still had tread on them when I got them. And so over last summer I just burned them off and whatnot. And then eventually, once I get a new job, make a little more money, I'm buying a set of Mastercraft MXTs. They're like really, really good tread. And so that's about all I've done so far on this Ranger and what's upcoming of my future plans. It is like 1 in the morning right now, so I'm gonna see if I can get back down to the house and get into bed because I'm tired. I got work in the morning. I just wanted to get up here and put this exhaust on, which it sounds amazing. I'll put the video up here somewhere, probably at the end of this video, or if I can figure out how to split and then I can put the video in, what's whatever. So I'm just gonna end it here. So peace out, everybody. First startup.